The best beginner motorcycle is the wrong freaking question, my guy. Every single day, thousands of people type into YouTube and Google best beginner motorcycle, and look, I totally get it. When I started, I was doing the exact same thing. But the problem with that is the results are going to lead you to the wrong motorcycle, because it doesn't matter as much which motorcycle you start on, it matters far more what style motorcycle you start on. Check this out. Two 300cc sport bikes are going to ride relatively the same. But if you take a cruiser and a sport bike, both the exact same engine size, and you try those, it is going to be night and day different. They are going to be completely different machines for completely different riders. So the real question isn't what's the best beginner bike, it's what style fits the type of riding you want to do the best. If you get that wrong, I promise you, you're going to be the guy that in a year sells this motorcycle and is like,
oh yeah, motorcycling just wasn't for me.
So the question is, how do you find the right style for you? Well, that is why I am making this video. So guys, I came out to Wow Motorcycles in Marietta, Georgia, and in front of me, I have 5 totally different styled motorcycles, and today I'm going to run you through each of them and tell you what style rider would be best for each motorcycle, and that way by the end of this video you guys are going to know exactly what style fits you best. Also guys, this is another episode of OnTwo Garage, our show where we make detailed videos on bikes we are giving away. And since I am standing in front of this motorcycle, that should tell you we are currently giving away this 2025 Kawasaki Ninja 500. If you guys want to support the content that we're making and potentially win the motorcycle, all you got to do is go to OnTwoGarage.com, get signed up. It takes like 30 seconds, and there are some free options on the website for you guys to win this motorcycle. Also, if you are local to Marietta, Georgia, come to Wow and ask them how to get some entries for the OnTwo Garage giveaway, because there are some free ways to get entered inside. Anyway, if you guys enjoy this content, make sure to support us so we can keep making more of it for you. And with all that being said, we got a video to get to.
First up, the Honda Rebel 300. This is your intro to the cruiser. You know a cruiser the second you see it. It's low, it's laid back, feet kicked out in front of you. This is the bike that just looks cool and relaxed. And here's what makes it so good for a brand new rider. Look how low it sits. This thing's got a 27-inch seat, one of the lowest of any cruiser out there. Most new riders plant both feet on the ground, no problem. That does something huge for your confidence when you're just starting out. Nothing scarier than tiptoeing a bike you can barely hold up. On the Rebel, that fear just goes away. So who's it for? If your dream is cruising around town, down Main Street, looking good and feeling relaxed, this is your style. It's confidence first, and there's zero shame in that. There is a catch though. That feet forward position that feels so chill around town does get a little old fast on the highway, and a cruiser's not built to carve twisty roads. So if you really want to do something sporty, this one's gonna bore you.
There's something nice about the Rebel, man. It's low, it's planted, it's just easy riding, you know what I mean? It's just a vibe. You're just chilling, comfortable body position, super easy to ride. You can get used to a situation like this. It's a whole different side of motorcycling, but I can feel it, man. I like the ease of use and just never being worried on the bike. Sure, it's not the fastest bike, but you know, none of the bikes we're talking about today are. They're still all a good time. It's funny how the body position on a cruiser literally just makes you want to cruise, you know what I mean? You don't sit on this thing and be like, man, I want to go to the canyon. You just sit on, you're like, motorcycling's pretty cool, dude. Just taking my time, enjoying myself.
Next up, we have the Kawasaki Ninja 500, and now we're talking sport. This is the bike most of you clicked on this video wanting. The fairings, the aggressive lines, that look fast, standing still kind of vibe. And I love that, because here's the good news. The Ninja 500 gives you all of that sport bike look, but underneath, it's actually really friendly to a new rider. You lean forward a little, it feels sporty, it feels eager, but it's not that wrist-destroying, folded in half position you get on a full-on Supersport. Remember that, because we're going to be coming back to it later in this video. So who is this for? If you want a sport bike, if that's your itch, the Ninja 500 is the right way to scratch it. You've got the style, you've got the fun without a bunch of horsepower trying to throw you off the back. But there is a catch on this one. It's a little less comfy if you're commuting bolt upright every day. And honestly, the biggest risk with this style is that the look tempts you into way more bike than you're ready for.
Okay, yeah, this one is solid too, man. It's fun, it's sporty, it looks fast. It's got that eager feeling without scaring you, if that makes sense. This one is a sweet spot right here.
Third bike, and that's the Husqvarna Svartpilen 401, and this might be the smartest pick in the whole lineup, and almost nobody talks about it. This is a standard, or a naked bike, whatever you want to call it, and the whole idea is simple. You sit straight up, wide bars, nothing folding you forward, nothing kicking your feet out, just a natural and neutral comfortable position. And because of that, this style does a little bit of everything. You can commute on it, you can carve on back roads on it, you can cruise around town on it. It's light, it flicks around easy, and it does not care what you throw at it. So who is this for? Well, two people really. One, the rider who wants one bike that does it all. And two, and this is a big one, the person who has no idea what they want yet. If you can't decide, this is the style that covers the most ground. It's the smart answer. The catch with this one, it won't give you that lean back cruiser vibe, and it's not the full sport bike look, and with no fairings, you're talking more wind on the highway. But for pure do everything, nothing here beats it.
Man, this is nice right here, dude. It's light, it's flickable, and I'm just sitting here comfortable as all get out. There's really nothing you can't throw a naked bike on and it not do decently well at, which is why I own a naked bike, and I've been riding for 15 years now. I just love this style of motorcycle. It just seems to do everything pretty decently well, and you don't get tired riding these things, man. They're great, and I've loved them for a long time.
All right, number 4, the Honda Monkey. And I gotta be honest with you guys up front, this one's a little different. This is a mini bike. It's tiny, it's retro, and it's pure stupid fun. Now, is this the traditional first bike? No, not really. And I wanna be straight with you about why. On a Monkey, or any mini bike for that matter, you're not gonna get the full big bike feel. It's got the same wheels, not much speed, and you're definitely not taking this on the highway. That's just the truth. But here's what I love about it. Every core skill you actually need to learn, clutch control, throttle control, balance, braking, you learn all of it on a Monkey or a mini bike in the least intimidating package that exists, and you will not stop smiling the entire time you're on this thing. So who is this for? The rider whose whole reason for getting a bike is for fun, ripping around neighborhoods, learning the basics without an ounce of fear. If joy is the goal and speed is not, the Mini is the real legit answer.
Dude, I'm legitimately not able to ride this Monkey around and not laugh my ass off constantly. It's tiny, it's slow, but it is the epitome of not taking motorcycling too seriously. Is it a big deal bike? No. Is it going to give you all the stuff a big bike is going to? No. Do I care? Absolutely not. This thing's awesome.
And that brings us to the last one, the CF Moto 675 SS, and I saved this one for the end on purpose. Look at it. This is the bike. This is what almost every new rider actually wants. A real, full super sport, aggressive fairings, clip-on bars, and a 95 horsepower 3-cylinder engine that absolutely rips. And that is exactly why you need to hear me on this. This is a trap. You sit on it and you're folded forward like a taco. All your weight is on your wrist, clip-ons are down low. This bike wants to be ridden hard, which means at a low, slow speeds where you actually spend the entirety of your first year, it's uncomfortable, it's tiring, and it works against you. And that power, 95 horsepower, is way, way more than a new rider can safely use. Here's the real problem. Overbiking yourself, getting way more machine than you're ready for, is the #1 way way new riders scare themselves off of two wheels for good, or worse. So, who is the 675 SS for? Honestly, not a beginner. It's the reward. It's the bike you earn once you've got the skills. This is what you want. It is not what you should start on. Ride one of the other 4 this year, get good, and this is the bike you get next year.
Yeah, dude, this thing is fast, it is serious, and I've been riding for 15 years. I would not have wanted to start on something this leaned over. It's fun though, if you know what you're doing. So the question never was, what's the best beginner motorcycle? It's which style fits the type of riding you want to do best. Let me know what style is best for you in the comments down below.